Hello everyone. Yes, I am alive. This has been an interesting time for everyone, I'm sure. We do have the whole lockdown thing still going. I'm an essential worker, so I have not stopped working. But we have the whole family here, kids, wife, and we got a new puppy, which is a full-time job within itself. So needless to say, busy. Incredibly busy, way too busy. Anyways, so I do try to catch everyone's videos as they post them. I'm still behind. They're here lately. A lot of my favorite YouTubers have been posting videos a lot more often because of the whole lockdown thing. So maybe they're getting to stay at home, and thus the reason why the more videos. So I am way behind, but I have caught a few, and of those, I noticed a couple of them that I'm subscribed to. Nathan's Gaming, and I do have a sheet because I don't want to forget anything, and Martin Mayhem Retro Rundown. They hit me up. They have a video where they posted 90s questions, 7 to be exact, 90s questions, and they did a little thing where they answered their questions, and then they mentioned other YouTubers who they would like to, you know, do a little bit of a shout out slash, you know, what do you call it? What's the terminology? They want you to answer the questions. Okay, so I have the answers here. It took me just a little bit to figure out how to answer these. And since this is something that I don't have to do a whole lot of editing, I figured I could quickly post this, you know, make this and post it because the family's not here. I got a little bit of a break, so here we go. One of the first questions was, favorite cartoon you own on DVD, or just favorite cartoon in general from the 90s. Remember, it's a 90s theme. I'm going to cheat a little bit because two cartoons come to mind, and I'm trying to figure out like which one. The Ninja Turtles, they originally started in the 80s, but they did run into the 90s, so I'm cheating. I'm going to cheat on a few of these. So I'd say Ninja Turtles cartoon. Come on, anybody who grew up at the time of the Turtles were like the prime, at their prime was just, it was great. They were everywhere. What did they call it, like Turtle Mania or something? I mean, you couldn't go anywhere without seeing Ninja Turtles. From Pizza Hut, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. So many videos. Like you, what was it? You bought, I don't know if you bought like a large pizza, for example, you would get a cartoon video on VHS. Oh yeah, it was great. It was great. They had, I mean, of course, the toys and all that stuff, but regardless, the Ninja Turtles was one of my favorite cartoons. And I didn't check the date, but I want to say in the 90s, between the Ninja Turtles, might be cheating a little bit. I didn't check when this one came out, but another huge one, probably more so when I was in high school, that I was a fan of was Dragon Ball Z. Now I know I have to pick one. I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball Z because that was when they came out in America for everybody on Cartoon Network, and it was wholeheartedly in the 90s when that was being shown. So I just want to mention Ninja Turtles, but I'll go with Dragon Ball Z for favorite cartoon in the 90s. Okay, Sega or Nintendo? Well, I pretty much grew up Nintendo. I ate cereal. You know, it's like breathe, slept, ate Nintendo. You know, so it's in the DNA. Nintendo, and still the NES and the Super NES are pretty much my number one. Super NES, my number 2 console of all time is the NES, so it's pretty much a no-brainer. But I have warmed up to Sega immensely over the years, so there's no hate there for that company. Favorite video game of the 90s. Actually, it's an easy one for me. And it's because it ranks so high even to this day. Donkey Kong Country. Yes, the very first one, not the second one. And there's reasons for that. And I will be having to make a video in the future talking about the differences between those two, what I like and dislike. But Donkey Kong Country, the first one, easy, hands down. Hands down. Not only it wasn't my favorite video game in the 90s, it's still one of my favorite, if not my favorite of all time. Yes, to this day. It never gets old, ever. Every time I put it in, I have a blast. Just, I don't know, everything about that game. And I don't want to get too much on that game, because I'll get stuck on it. I'll be sitting there talking about this for half an hour. So, but let's just say that it is one of my favorite games. It's an incredible game, and it's still an absolute blast to play today. So easily Donkey Kong Country for the 1990s favorite video game. Favorite comic. Now, I didn't have a lot of comics. Let's see, X-Men comics, Superman comics, and the Super Mario Brothers comics. I don't know if anybody remembers those. It seemed to be focused more on Super Mario Brothers 2. Interestingly enough, had like Shy Guys, Wart, all that. Had Mario Brothers 2 theme, hardcore. Those are the only comic books I can remember that I had and I was reading. But of those three, Mario Brothers, Nintendo again. Yes, Mario Brothers, a comic book. Love that comic book. I still have them somewhere. I had a good stack of them. I would purposely seek those out and read them. The Sonic the Hedgehog comic books were good too, by the way, but the Mario Brothers ones were fantastic. Let's see. Favorite pro wrestler. Can barely read my own handwriting. Wasn't the biggest wrestling fan, but one of the guys that really stood out at the time for me back in the day was Undertaker. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's been around forever, freaking ever. So I'd say Undertaker. Not much to say, just interest. Just the way he done things was very interesting, and from his specific moves, the tombstone. Me and my friends always used to joke around about, what if he got on the top of the rope and did a 360 tombstone to kill somebody? But anyways, it was always an ongoing joke about doing a 360 tombstone off the top rope. I don't know. Anyway, Undertaker. Favorite song and music video. Now, wow. In the 90s, music, I don't know. Music was the best in the 90s. I'm sorry. 80s fans, 70s fans, 60s, 2000, whatever. You guys got some good, strong, especially some of the older stuff. Much respect, 70s and 60s, oh, incredible time. 80s, now 80s in movies, amazing. But as far as 80s music goes, pretty good. Not too bad. Not one of my favorite times though. The 90s, incredible. Especially for my favorite, which was, rock, heavy metal. It was absolutely the prime. It seemed to be like between the 90s and early 2000s was prime for metal. And it was just, I don't think it ever got any better. It just now starting to pick up again, but most of that's overseas. Regardless, the favorite song and music video in the 90s has to be this. One of the most epic videos, music videos I've ever seen. I get an adrenaline rush just watching it. So watch this video, okay? I mean, it's ridiculous how many people are in the crowd. It's like a sea of people. Like, okay, it's Metallica's Enter Sandman live in Moscow, 1991. Look it up. If you were in that crowd, you'd die. I'm so sorry. If you had a medical emergency, you're not getting out. You're toast. If you have to go to the bathroom, forget about it. You're toast. Just piss your pants, whatever, because you're not getting out of there. So yeah, you know, hopefully nobody started having a stroke, a heat stroke or anything, because, you know, kiss your ass goodbye. It's done and over with. There were so many people. It was just incredible how many people. It was mind-blowing. The energy coming off just that video, watching the video. I can imagine standing on stage how it was. That would have been like, had to be one of their top highlights of their lifetime. As far as I'm concerned. I don't know, obviously can't ask them, so. But incredible. Metallica Enter Sandman live at Moscow. Check it out. Favorite live action TV show and episode. Now this one was really hard. Because even back then I didn't watch a whole lot of TV. Not, you know, a good amount, but not a lot because I try to play video games. But like now I don't barely watch anything. If I get any free time, I'm playing games. But favorite live action TV show and episode. Can't think of an episode, but as far as the show is concerned, and I'm cheating on this one a little bit because it started in the 80s, but it ran over into the 90s, MacGyver. MacGyver was awesome. It was, wow, man, he was always coming up with ridiculous little things like, oh, let me grab some, you know, duct tape, dental floss, and a toothpick, and we'll make a bomb out of it. I don't know, it was just insane. There's always something, you know, having to escape out of something or make something to help in a situation whether it would be escape or trap or prevent, you know, something from happening, whatever. You know, it was always something. And it was so interesting. It was almost mixing a little bit of reality, you know, science with fantasy. I don't know, it was just very interesting, and I remember watching as many episodes as I could. I always was right there. The whole family kind of watched it, honestly. So MacGyver was definitely one of those live action TV shows. So, live action is recorded. But anyways, I'm assuming that didn't mean animated TV shows. So anyways, those are the 7 questions. I'll have the questions posted below. I'd be interested to hear everybody. I'm hitting everybody up. Any of my subscribers who want to post their response to these 7 questions, feel free to. And if you do, put it in the comments so I can watch it. This is fun. I always love these things when people, like, you know, mention other people, you know, and tag them. Yeah, this is what happens when you're getting close to 40. Your brain just starts giving out, you know. So I want to tag some people specifically, but I'm tagging everybody in these 7 questions. Again, the 7 questions will be in the description below, but I want to purposely mention, again, check out Nathan's Gaming and Martin Mayhem Retro Rundown, since they originally tagged me, both of them did. Nathan's been pumping out videos like crazy here recently, which is great. That's good. He's got some really good content. You like shooters? Check him out. He does great on shooters. He does, I'll admit it, you know, he's way better than I am. So he's got a lot of practice, good skills. I'm catching up to you though, buddy. I'm catching up. And Martin, you never know what he's gonna post. He posts all kinds of stuff. I mean, he's done some PC Engine games. He does, so I think he posts some Amiga action. And the dude's got some good quality taste. I think he even had a Neo Geo video one time. I know he did for a fact, but I don't know if he shown off game or he just shown off the console. But regardless, Martin's a very interesting guy. You never know what he's going to post next. Good watch. So those two guys tagged me. So I'm going to tag specifically Fancy Action Now. If you watch this, I'm tagging you. He's been pumping out videos like crazy, and I have missed. I'm behind. He's one of the guys I'm behind on. I got to catch up to his videos, watch them. Philberto78, I tag him. Scanline Man, he's been showing a lot of RC videos, showing off mods to his trucks and cars and stuff a lot lately, but he actually had a lot of video game content, a lot of really cool stuff in his previous videos before he took them all down and kind of gave it a little break and he came back. But Scanline Man, tag him. Do You Nerd, the Incredible Couple, come on now. Those guys are amazing. Guy and gal, because they are a couple. They are amazing. They're always something interesting being shown. You know, they're sharing all kinds of stuff. Nerd culture, good stuff. Check them out. But tag them, and I tag good old buddy BioArmor79. One of my first subscribers. I do believe he was my first subscriber. BioArmor, he's starting to post videos again. He took a break there for a little bit, but he's back. And so I tag him in these 7 questions. Again, everybody's invited, but I just wanted to kind of specifically, you know, get those names out there. All right, well, I do have a video in the works. It's been in the works for like past 2 months since was the last time I posted a video according to YouTube. Time goes by crazy fast. But any which ways, I do have video footage of the next game. As soon as I get time to do like this, I'm gonna have to make time. And I'm gonna put it together, and hopefully by next weekend, I'll have it out. But I did wanna do this as quickly as possible because they're about to come through the door again. Actually, I think I hear them driving into the driveway right now. So thanks for watching. I love this kind of stuff. If anybody else has, you know, comes up with something like that, feel free to tag me. I've always wanted to do one of these tag videos. I always find it so interesting. We get to learn about each other, you know, and people's likes or dislikes or whatever. And it's always interesting. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.